Hi friends, this is a crisis time for our planet. All are worried about the epidemic COVID-19. There is a lot of changes happening. People are struggling. It's a difficult time to overcome. When it comes to the working class, there are a lot of challenges there too. Like especially many companies started giving work from home, and there are difficulties in managing that. And looking at the situation currently, it looks like the work from home is going to continue for more time. And there is a myth, always there is a myth that when people are working from home, they normally work less or they are less productive. So the reality is not that. I mean, most of the time, what happens is when people work from home, they tend to work more hours and they get into a burned out state very easily. So I would like to share some tips which can help to make the work from home more effective and more productive and more happy. Let's start. So the key aspects I would like to cover today are on the work from home office, how do we set it up, and the timing, then importance of breaks, then how to manage meetings, and the most important part is the our health. Let's look into each of these points. First is about setting up an office. It's very important to have a dedicated space for working from home. It could be a small room. The primary criteria here is uh, avoid the distractions. There should be only minimal distractions. If you can get a locked room, it is always good rather than sitting in an open space and moving around the house. And don't keep any other devices like TV or any other distractions in that room. Those things you can watch during the breaks. That's what we should be doing for a small office. Then coming to the timing, I think this is one of the biggest mistake most of the people do. Like they think that okay, anyway I'm working from home, let me start early so that I can finish my work early and I can enjoy my time with my family. But what happens most of the time, people start early but end up stretching a lot. Primarily because even though you are starting early, most of the team members may not be starting early, and it becomes very difficult to manage. So don't change your timing because you have an office timing. Keep that timing as your work from home timing, so that there is no change in your regular daily routine. So whenever possible, try to make sure you maintain the same time. Maybe you can keep 1 hour extra to accommodate your breaks accordingly. Otherwise, try to maintain the office timing as it is for your work from home. And importantly, communicate your timing uh, to your family members so that they are aware when you will be available, when they should not disturb you. Another point is like if you are okay, think about getting ready like as a regular routine, getting ready for your going to getting ready to your office. Same way you do the things and even dress up well and get into the room and think that you are sitting in an office and working. So that's something. Look at what is working well for you and decide accordingly. But try to keep the timing as it is because that was a habit you have built over a period of time. Suddenly don't change and you get into a comfort zone, then it becomes very difficult for you to readjust it. And coming to the breaks, this is very important point. You should be taking enough breaks, and also for your major breaks like lunch breaks and all, it's always good to block your calendar so that others will not schedule any other meeting. And make sure you take 3 to 5 minutes break every hour. Just stand up and go for a small walk within the house itself and then come back. And another thing we can do is keep enough water at your desk. One good advantage with that is like you start drinking very frequently. It will force you to take a biological break. That's one way of taking a break in between. Utilize all those opportunities. Most of the time, people end up sitting continuously. When you are in office, you get enough break. You need to go and meet people. But here, in the comfort of your home, you may not take enough break. This is very critical and very important for everyone to take. Coming to meetings, few tips I would share. One is whenever possible, try to stand up and attend the meeting. Because if you are working on something and if you get a meeting, you tend to continue sitting there and attending. It's a opportunity for changing your state. Utilize that wherever possible. Do it. And another thing we can do as a for a team, like you keep a 5 minutes break between the meetings. Say for example, if you have meeting from 10 to 11 and consider 11 to 12, instead of 10 to 11, keep the first meeting from 10, 5 to 11, so that people get a break between the meetings. Like the first meeting end up 11 and second meeting start only at 11:05, so that you get a break. You just move around in the house and then come back. Normally in office you get that break because you normally move to different room for another meeting. So forcefully take that and communicate that to your team so that everyone can follow that to get a break. Then whenever possible, turn on your video, because this is primarily because when everyone is working from home, the connection between people uh, is little less comparing to the face-to-face connection. So any opportunities, especially when you have uh, uh, when your participation is very much required, active contribution is required in a meeting, always try to see whether you can switch on the video so that people can see you. So these are some of the tips on the meeting. And finally, be healthy. Start your day energetically. Maybe do meditation, yoga, and do some 10-15 minutes of exercise so that you start your day more powerfully. And you can put some step target also, even though you are working from home. Uh, uh, like set some minimum target like 2 to 3K steps within the home you want to walk. So then you will utilize the breaks effectively, lunch break and other breaks. You try to walk little bit to meet that target. And also effectively, because you will be definitely getting some additional time since you may saving the travel time and all. Make sure you utilize that time with your loved ones. That is really important for each one of us. And another thing, we have to avoid junk food. We may end up eating too much when we are at home. Think about eating more healthy food, maybe fruits, vegetables, sprouts, type of things you should eat if you are thinking about eating too much. And then another thing, important aspect of work from home is you may get some additional time. Invest that for your self development. Rather than watching TV for long, use that time to read books or learn some new skills or attend some online courses or seminars. Spend time on your passion, and also think about doing some social services which gives you a lot of satisfaction. Utilize the extra time to become a better version of yourself. That's the way we should be looking at the work from home. So to summarize the things, set up your office with minimum distractions. Timing, try to maintain the same timing what you have been maintaining for office work. And breaks, take enough breaks, uh, and block your timing for lunch break and all. And meetings, try to stand up, try to turn on the video, try to keep the meeting gap between meetings, and take care of your health and invest on yourself to become a better version of yourself. I know with these situations, like from learning from these COVID-19 situations, so many people are working from home, and companies, by looking at the statistics, companies may take a decision like this is working really well. Why can't we think in that aspect? And many companies may offer work from home for uh, as an option, because that way they can save a lot of costs, like the building cost, rent, and all other aspects, and the people traveling time can be saved. A lot of advantages are there if there is enough bandwidth and if people can work more effectively, then definitely work from home is going to be an option for the future. So we should be ready, we should be prepared, we should be practiced the right way so that it is going to be helpful for us rather than becoming a burden. So happy work from home, utilize these tips, and uh, be a better version of yourself during work from home time. Thank you.